My father always says there's two ways to skin a snake. Well, instead of working this career for 30, 35 years, I decided to retire after 17. 17 years on my career. Because I was able to accomplish the goals that I had set for myself when I was 21, 22. Even if I wasn't moving to Mexico, I would still be retiring at the early age of 40. Because it was a goal that I set for myself when in my early 20s. My pops was right. I was on a vengeance to skin a snake. To accomplish and achieve
the way
everything
I went about it was just working hard when I was very young. Always working 2, 3, 4 jobs. I wanted to do it for
my grandparents, for my dad.
Making a lot of sacrifices.
For my ancestors.
Saving. Always living within my means.
They say African Americans are lazy. But see, off our backs, free and cheap labor, we built the United States after slavery. We built this country up and made it what it is today. And when they try to say African Americans are lazy, trust me, nobody's resume can compete with mine. Because not only was I working 2, 3, 4 jobs at a time, I was also running marathons around the world. Training to run a marathon. If I wasn't working 2 or 3 jobs back to back, I was out there running 12, 13, 14, 15 miles a day. I just wanted to be a hard worker like my dad. Making sacrifices for our family. And the days finally arrived. And you wouldn't believe, after all the stress that we went through yesterday, where my manager tried to call and say that I was trying to abandon my job, and they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know that I was actually leaving my job. They didn't know that I was actually able to be in the position to walk off the plantation. Oh no. I've been saving lives for a long time. And just like this countdown that's been right here on my cubicle, I don't even understand how they could say they didn't know I was leaving or retiring. I've been counting down for a very long time. I let the whole county know that I was leaving. So for them to play like they didn't know, oh, they knew. And either way, I was still out. My last day of work, I had this shirt made yesterday to let them know I'm retiring at 40. And I was feeling good, until I got to the office and 3 of my friends came and told me that management was canceling my farewell lunch. And so we had a long meeting. Well, I wouldn't say long. We had an intense meeting in her office about why my lunch was being canceled and how they was trying to act like I was abandoning my job, which I wasn't. They was on some straight hate shit. I even told them, hell, if you want me to stay for another month, I'll stay for another month. I'm not abandoning my job. See, they're trying to play them games, messing with my pension 20 years from now. But just like that, she tried to throw this plaque in my face. I originally told her I don't even want this shit. If I was abandoning my job, then why would they even have a plaque already made for me? Don't try to give it to me now with all that anger in you. I already knew the games they was going to play. And that's why I've been telling them for the past 8, 9, 10 months that I was retiring. I was 10 steps ahead of them. See, a lot of people say you should just keep stuff to yourself. Well, I didn't. I was letting them know in every email, every staff meeting, everything possible that, I'm going to be retiring on June 8th. So they can't act like they didn't know or try to pull some bullshit. And just like that, on this day, I got 2 plaques. Because they did know. One from the state of New Jersey and also from my union, who I represented as a shop steward. Apparently, my area director had to come to the office to fix everything. See, that's the games they play. Haters is going to hate. Not everybody wants to be free. And when people see that you're able to retire at the age of 40 or retire so young, you get a lot of animosity, a lot of dirty looks.
Man, people are just envious.
But forget all the negativity. I'm happy still.
Word. They'll be all right.
And so my area director came and gave me a plaque, and he presented it to me. We tried to do it behind closed doors, but they still want some shine, so they wanted to do it in front of the whole office. So I went along with the game, and that's why you would see me smiling and laughing the whole time as they present the plaques. I know I worked hard for these plaques. And it's good to get some recognition finally for all the hard work that I did put in for the past 17 years. I always gave it 110%. Even when you work around some people who might be a little shysty or a little dirty, I always did my job 100% honestly and gave it my all.
Worked with high integrity.
Because it's a serious career, which I love. A career that I gave my all. And not only did I enjoy my career, I enjoyed representing my coworkers as the shop steward. And I got blackballed along the way from a couple of things that people just don't know about. See, when you're the shop steward, you don't even get paid for it. But you put your name out there and you put your whole reputation out there on the line.
Doing it for others.
And it's a huge conflict because the union represents supervisors and it represents the workers. So while I'll be out there helping out all the workers, people will get mad at me because I will always win.
See, it's all good when you represent them. But when you got to represent workers against supervisors, that's where the problem comes in.
And I want to shout out to my friends, especially my friends in clerical, who gave me a nice lunch, a nice farewell lunch. And the previous supervisors that I was under, who also had some cupcakes for the whole office. And I was able to bring these plaques home and show my kids. Something that I can hang up in my new house once we do move to Mexico. But being a CWA shop steward and all the backlash and all the blackballing, trust me, a lot of people didn't come to the farewell luncheon. They was mad that I always won, or mad that they see somebody leaving the plantation while they might be there for another 15, 20 years. And I got a lot of information. And I can go in like Eric Snowden, but I'm all about good vibes now.
Department of Children and Families.
There's no need to even bring up that type of stuff. The stuff that I know.
You the certificate of appreciation to Mr. Maurice A.
I just want to look back at all the good times at my career and all the great people that I met.
Years of dedicated service to the children
and all the great people that I did work with. There was a lot of good people that I did work with.
And is welcome to return in the future. Congratulations, Maurice.
And not only at this job, but my other 3 jobs as well. Sacrifices that you got to make. 17 years. And yeah, 17 years is not a lot compared to what we're really expected to work. Because they expect you to be there for 30, 35 years. And what they try to do is put us in debt to make us feel like we can never leave.
For the union makes us strong.
We go to college and we take out all these heavy loans.
Your constant dedication.
And it forces people to go to work for the next 30, 35 years trying to pay the loans off.
14 years.
And the system is just unfair. And in the United States, the rat race, then you buy a house.
The union, us.
And you got to try to pay off the house. So you got to keep on working.
To the members
and then you buy a car. And you got to try to pay the car off. So you got to keep on working.
Leadership.
And you got to work.
Your leadership.
And yeah, you can get by
will
working one
be-
job, but it's gonna take forever to pay off everything. Student loans, car loans, house loans.
Of America, Local 1037, June 8th.
Or you could just go nights and nights without sleep and work 2 or 3, 4 jobs
Congratulations.
and try to get ahead.
Commendable. Beautiful.
So that's what it's all about. It's just trying to get ahead, making no sacrifices.
There you go. There you go.
Godspeed.
I had a father who used to work at Ford, and
They can motivate them, you know.
Many blessings.
he left Ford at 30.
Absolutely, because that's who you are.
And he always telling me how he left Ford at 30 and started working for himself,
Yeah. Because as soon as I
rehabbing houses.
you was being.
But the more important thing was,
I was like, yo.
at 30 years old, he never had to answer to anybody else anymore.
I'm gonna just say that.
He never had to ask when he could go on vacation or take a lunch break
You, as a former
because he was an
shop
entrepreneur
steward,
working for himself.
road dog.
He was a
When
hustler.
I first met you, coming on,
And although I couldn't retire at 30,
and I appreciate
I'm proud to
that.
say that I will be retiring at the age of 40.
And you walked it.
And I would no longer have to ask to
And
take a
that's just
vacation.
my experience with
I asked
you.
to take a lunch break
I've learned things from
or
you.
call somebody's supervisor or something
so I
like that.
appreciate you. And you're gonna do what you do for your family, for yourself.
And I'd like to give a shout out to some of my
Keep being the man
coworkers,
that you are. Real talk.
Agreed.
like Mrs. Sam Kasoon
God is good.
Yeah.
and some others who's out there is working as shop stewards, helping other workers and fighting the good fight and doing the right things by people and doing the right thing by the career, even though they're being blackballed by the job. And there's some other good people also, but they done got those titles and changed a little bit. They changed up just to get a little bit more change. But that's something I never wanted to become. Somebody doing it for the money. Or somebody doing it for a title. I was out there to provide service to people. To make sure children and family were safe. Save lives. To make sure those angel wings that's tatted on my back was well earned. That it was meaningful. This is an important day for the whole culture. That I'm going to be retiring at the age of 40. And yeah, they could say African Americans are lazy. But this African American did it. Days without sleep. Washing up in bathrooms. Cutting grass and rehabbing apartments on my lunch break. Running from one job to the next. Flying to different continents, running marathons. Paying taxes on earned income from 4 different jobs. Let them hate. But I'm going to try to free more. All those who's willing to listen, I'm writing the blueprint. And I got no problem with giving it up for free. Because I want all my people to be able to be free. And it's going to happen. That's why I wore that shirt today. Retire at 40. So all my younger coworkers can see like, yo, I'm trying to do that too. And I hope they do. Like I said, they don't have to live in Jersey forever. They can relocate to anywhere on this planet and make it happen. So this goes out to my grandparents. You know, they made my grandmother retire when she was at 89 years old, 80, 90 years old. She was still working.
And they forced her to retire. And my dad, all the way up into his 60s, working for himself until he decided to retire. Everybody, late 50s into their 60s until they retire. And I'm sorry to my mom who wants me to stay on my job because they give good benefits and health benefits. But see, I know it's more out there in the world. It's more out there in the universe. And just because it was written one way, don't mean it has to be like that for us. We can go out there and get more. We don't have to be on that job from 9 to 5, from 3 to 11, from 12 to 8. There's two ways to skin a snake.
State of New Jersey, Department of Children and Families, Division of Child Protection and Permanency, we'd like to give you the Certificate of Appreciation to Mr. Maurice A. Mitchell. On the occasion of your retirement and in recognition of 16 years of dedicated service to the children and families of New Jersey.
And although they say 16 years, I'm really just 3 weeks short of 17. But you see, I can't even get that. But I'm out, and I'm free. And freedom is more important than money.